welcome to my garden. It is Monday night. It is May. Oh my goodness. It is May 21st. Good Lord, it's almost summertime. Kids are getting ready to get out of school. It is after work, and we came out to look at the garden, and I just thought I would bring you along for the trip. What Rick is showing you is my China doll. This is actually a deciduous tree, and it comes back every year. I actually 2 years ago nearly lost this, and I cut it all the way down to 2 inches from the top of the pot. You know, there was 2 inches of stump left. And what happens when you trim this, you can actually take this off, slice it, put it in rooting hormone, and put it in the dirt, and you will grow another one. This is one of the most beautiful and easy to grow decorative trees. It's called a China doll. I think I said that. And it's very forgiving, and it's fantastic to watch. It's so satisfying. Look at all the new growth on this thing. I mean, tons and tons of new growth. And there's more over here. It just keeps growing. By the end of the summer, this will probably be taller than Rick. And what I would like to do is actually make 2 plants out of that. And when I worked in the flower shop, that was one of our most popular trees to buy and give as gifts. And then, of course, I've got everything else hanging around out here. Chocolate mint, spearmint, catnip, lemon balm, lavender starting to go to flower. This is some sort of specialty sage that I bought last year. I think it's pineapple, but it's starting to flower. And here is, and it's only been a week since my last garden update, so, and we've gotten a lot of rain. It smells wonderful. Is that anise?
It smells like licorice.
Maybe it is anise. I'm going to have to look now. I can't remember. Anyway, everything is like erupting. Look at, this is the valerian. Look at this thing. It's just totally going nuts. And I'm so happy. And this is,
are dying.
I know. We've got to do something about that.
Too much water out here.
It could be when you take it inside, but I think this is a weed, but
or get them out of that bowl. Bowl upside down.
That's a weed. Oh, there's money in there.
Probably didn't help either.
What's in this box here? I had some decorative peppers that I bought already started last year, and I'm pretty sure that this is from the seed that they dropped. We're going to see what happens to those, just for fun. I have a little bit of butter lettuce coming in over here. If it gets much warmer, it's probably going to bolt, but we're going to see how long it takes for it to do what it's going to do. My blackberry bushes look fantastic. We've got some new growth on it, and like I said, I showed you this last week. We've got a bunch of blackberries that are coming on, and we're going to have a few to eat out of hand this year. Next year will be a different story. And I've got a couple of Carolina Gold tomatoes there. That's going to be a separate video because I want to show you how I plant my tomatoes. And I'm going to put those in pots on the deck. Oh, peach tree.
I'm trying not to show the ground because it looks so crappy out here.
Oh. The peach tree is just coming along beautifully. I have a couple of good-sized peaches
On the other side where...
On the other side.
Where you can't see.
I don't know if you can see it on those, but... Now, I bought these trees and planted them last year. We got no fruit last year. We knew that was going to happen. This year, I knew we were going to get little fruit. So, it will be interesting to see as these progress. I have to bone up on pruning a bit.
How big this is?
Well, that is actually a gladiola that's growing up out of the ground. This is actually bee balm, which is in the mint family, and it will flower, and the bees will be distinctly attracted to it. That's chamomile, German chamomile. And there's Rick's swamp jasmine. But I'm going to take you in the garden. That's the wormwood. That's all these herbs that I bought. The medicinal herbs have just taken off like a shot. And then I've got my hydrangeas that I bought off of the discount table because they were dead. And now they're not dead. But they're blooming.
Just noticed out here.
Huh? That's a hydrangea and that's a hydrangea. Some Shasta daisies in that watering can that I found on the road because somebody dropped it.
And then these.
And then the hollyhocks just look amazing. And our mulberry tree, I think.
Bush.
Mulberry bush is done fruiting for the year.
Yeah. We got a few good berries off of it.
A few, but I think the birds got the majority of them. And Sissy is hunting for lizards.
Yep.
We have a ton of geckos in our yard. And Sissy spends a good portion of her time out here chasing them. They just tease her.
Most of them get away.
It's true.
Now, this is cardboard that we've been throwing down in here. Instead of throwing it away, or at least I hope you're recycling it, we thought it'd be a good idea to throw it out here and use it as mulch.
And Cat's Cradle recently did a video where she does the same thing.
The weeds are taking over back here.
I want you just to take a view of this and get an idea of how this has erupted. Everything is starting to get enormous. The tomatoes have all had to be staked up. I've been picking off the flower blossoms because I want the tomatoes to get just a skosh larger before I let them start fruiting. My marigolds and my borage are all coming up in the bottom of the boxes. And I have tons of little baby yellow squash. And when Rick comes back around, he can show you that.
Rhubarb. Which you can't grow here in North Carolina.
So they tell me. But I've had it for 4 years. These are all Cherokee purples. I'm going to let this go. I'm going to let these start growing tomatoes. And these are Romas down here and Brandywines. I mean, you can see down here in the box, these are, aside from the clover, is marigolds. Because marigolds are fabulous to interplant with tomatoes. But you can just see, oh, we have figs on our fig tree. Yay!
Yeah?
Yeah, look.
Oh, yeah. What are you doing?
Look at it. And over here, I love that. I never get tired of growing things because it's always so exciting. There's always something new and different to see. These down here are the zucchini plants, which have just so far been putting off
all the squash
blossoms. And I'm sure that we'll start to see some squash here pretty soon. I see some already. But these yellow squash, I've been thinking about just coming out here and picking the baby. Oh, hello.
Look at that. Something been chewing on it.
Yeah. And the white powder you see is dipple dust. And that's to keep the pickle worm, which is the larva from the cabbage moth. But these are gorgeous. I mean, I could just come out here and have get a bunch of baby squash and take it inside. And we could eat baby squash. There's enough out here for a big meal of baby squash. But I'll let some of it go to get bigger.
Tally, don't eat that. She's chewing on the morning glories.
Don't eat the morning glories, Tally. Everything is just going great. The jalapenos are starting to go to flower, and I'm going to let them because they don't need to get terribly large before they start producing a good amount of fruit. And then, of course, the comfrey down here at this end is really starting to establish itself. It's gone to flower again, and they're just beautiful flowers. I'm going to start to learn how to use these leaves. I need to make some We need to learn to make some salves. My friend, Fairly Seed Ranch, sent me some comfrey salve that she made, and I'm almost out of it because I use it all the time for man and beast. Sage and burnet and thyme and another comfrey plant. And watch where you walk over there, because there's a bunch of suckers from the raspberries, which are doing wonderfully.
Flowers.
Berries, look. Look at that.
Yeah.
So we might be able to have a nice little dessert this year with some of our own homegrown berries. Next year, it will be even more so. It's going to be fantastic. Oh, look at that. That's so interesting. Now, this is a blackberry bush, I'm pretty certain. And what I may end up doing is I may end up digging this one up and planting it over there with the other thornless blackberry.
Cabbages. And cauliflower. Uh-oh, what did you do? What did you do?
I picked my leg. I scratched my leg.
I don't want to show on camera.
Yeah, don't show it.
Apple tree.
I came out yesterday and I trimmed all the peppers back and stripped them. I like to take all the leaves off, you know, once they get a little taller, because you don't want the energy going into parts of the plant that you don't want them growing peppers. So.
Oh, this apple tree's not happy.
No, it isn't. And I have to call Stark Brothers and find out what the problem is, because it is not happy at all. It is really doing very poorly. So what I may do is I may just cut it all the way back, lop it off at the top, and see what happens. Maybe it'll come back next year.
Strawberries.
Here's some strawberries in here, and a ginormous mustard plant that's going to seed. And I'm going to let it. And we'll have mustard seed. This is another apple tree, and I've planted chives in here, which have gone to seed. But overall, everything is looking fantastic.
Yes.
There's my romaine lettuce, which is doing great. And this is a slow to bolt variety, so I think it's going to be here for a little while longer, as long as the weather can hold out and not get too hot. I know it sounds silly, but of all the things that I don't have luck growing, lettuce is one of them. Those are sugar baby watermelons. And I'm constantly pulling out morning glories. And the neighbor is mowing their lawn. So do you see? These are morning glories. Because I thought morning glories would be so pretty to plant in my garden 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
On my trellis. Don't do it. You'll regret it. And this is the...
We're growing everywhere but the trellis.
Yeah, that's true. I want to plant grapes on my trellis next year. Here's my cutting celery. It's going to seed. And this is really called lovage. It has a celery-ish flavor. Rick disagrees with me. But it's time for it to come out. so by the time I do the next update, I will probably have cut this out. Back here is oregano. Hey. And then the birds planted this strawberry plant over here. And they have no flavor. They're beautiful.
Weird looking.
I agree.
Oops, I just dropped it. Oops.
I probably shouldn't have put it in my mouth anyway. So. If I die, then I'll know what did it.
We have a whole bunch more grow here because I just dropped it all.
Here's another one. It's definitely a strawberry of some sort. It has no taste.
So you want me to die with you?
Yeah, go ahead, honey. We'll go together.
No, it doesn't have any flavor. Yeah.
I'm very pleased with my lettuce. It's looking really beautiful. And you can actually pick the outer leaves and eat them. Look,
you know who likes those?
I'm sure that you're going to say the turtle.
I bet he would.
I have no doubt. These are already starting to flower, and these are some banana peppers and some cayenne peppers over there. And the cucumbers are starting to take to the trellis. I always get excited when that happens because it means I'm going to have cucumbers this year.
Mm-hmm.
My cabbages that I planted that I bought for 50 cents a plant at the grocery store are starting to head up as well. So we may have at least 3 cabbages. We'll see how long that takes. I've never been good at growing cabbage either. But again, this is all a learning process. And we figure out what we are good at and we go with it. So there you have it. There's another garden update for this week. Huh?
Is that Rocket?
Is that what?
Rocket.
Yes, that's Rocket. Or wild arugula, as the case may be.
Jamie Oliver always uses.
Yes. All right, folks. I hope you enjoyed that. Till next time, I'll see ya.